Hey guys and girls, it's Nathan Birch here, and today I'm going to talk a bit about success. What is it? How did I get to where I am? And some of the sacrifices along the way and the things that, I've had to create over time, mental toughness and all that sort of stuff. Obviously when I first started investing into property, I wanted to make money from buying some properties and all that sort of stuff. As I built my property portfolio, there was sacrifices that I had to do along the way. I worked 2 full-time jobs, sacrificed my youth. I had a goal at the age of 17, and I actually still have that goal today in an unedited Excel file that I'd saved at that time in 2003. I was 18 at the time. And a lot of the things on there was like, 10 properties by the age of 30. I want to build a company. I want to be successful. I want to educate people about property investing. And all the things that I do today, I actually had written down when I was 17, 18 years old as my goals. And it sent shivers down my spine that last year I actually pulled out the laptop that it was on and found the file and had a look at it, and it's quite ironic. But I was prepared to do whatever it takes and sacrifice up until the age of 30. And I'm 31 now, grey hair in my head. Beforehand I used to have pimples on my face, but I've got grey hair on my head, and obviously that comes from knowledge and trial and error and things that I've done in my life to push myself to be in a position where I am today. For me, not just as an investor or a business owner or anything like that, I look at the things that I've had to evolve like a little baby. As an investor, as a person, as all of us as people, we grow up. You're born, your head's about to cave in, you can't touch the head, you just don't open your eyes and you shit yourself all day and eat food. But then you grow 3 months, you open your eyes, you move around a little bit, you don't feel so bad holding the baby. 6 months, it starts making noises, fucking moves around a little bit more, starts to crawl or roll over or whatever. Then at 9 to 12 months, as a child grows, there's all these different phases. Every 3 months a child is growing. At an age of 12, there's a drug that's released in your body as a natural drug. And it stops producing into your body, and what happens is people just go stale and they plateau in their life, and that's where everyone's at. For me, I think that I just keep pushing every 3 months. I want to keep evolving and changing and growing and becoming the best version of myself, shedding my skin like a yabby or a crayfish or a lobster or whatever it is, and evolving into something different and better and cooler and bigger. And I think a lot of people get complacent and they get happy in their life. Whether they're happy or not is a different thing. They might be wanting to achieve more, but they're not willing to do whatever it takes to get there. I remember saying once, it said it's all about luck, just ask any loser. Let me tell you, being successful isn't about luck, it's about commitment. Most people want to pack up their shit and head home because fucking home and away is better, or what's on football, or getting pissed at the pub on the weekend with your mates and all that sort of stuff. And we tell you, like, getting pissed at the pub is fine, but what are you going out to celebrate about? What is that, your whole lifestyle? You're just living to drink and consume alcohol and being a clown? For me, I look at all the little things in your life, like what are you, when I die, hopefully after I'm 80, what sort of legacy will I leave on the world? How will my family be different down the family tree at that period of time? How will my funeral look like? Who will be at my funeral, and how many people will be sad? How many lives can I impact? What can I do? How can I change things? And the biggest thing for me when I used to think, lots of things about money, lots of things about let's go work 2 jobs, save that money, buy a property, all that sort of stuff. What I realised is, when you can remove the need for money out of your life, you can go on and do things for purpose of what you want to do. And the person with purpose is going to get further ahead of the person that just doing it for $1 or whatever the case may be. And for me, I only ever take on things in my life that I want to do because I can see that I can make an impact or a change into the future, whether it be into other people's lives or benefit and change the way that things are done for the better. And I can mess around with it because I don't need to do it. I can wear a pair of thongs, I can wear a t-shirt. If you guys want to do business with me, that's great. If you don't want to do business with me, that's fine. I've got no need or an agenda. I just do things because I want to and because I feel that I can, and there's no constraints. If you were to compare that to property investing, putting yourself in a position where you can walk out of that door of your office for the last time in your life and go, fuck, what am I going to do on Monday? You can go and achieve whatever you want, whether you keep going down that rabbit hole of pushing yourself to the next level, whether you sit there and look after your parents, or whether you go and sit there and look after your children, or whether you sit there and go racing cars around, or whether you want to sit there and, travel the world and jump off buildings because it's fun to do that. Lots of those things aren't on my list. I don't like traveling that much. I have a pretty boring life when it comes to that front, but I try and pack as much as I can into my life. I go to bed at 3 o'clock every day. I wake up at 10 o'clock because that's how I feel like waking up, and I pick up the phone and do what I want to do, when I want to do, on my terms throughout my life. And that's why I guess when we look at B.Invested, while we say live life on your terms, is because I've got a model that has worked well for me to get from failing every grade from kindergarten year 12 to putting myself in a position where I can walk out of the workforce at the age of 24 and do what I want, when I want, how I want, and being able to share the knowledge and experiences that I have been able to do over the course of the last, I was 13 when I first wanted to buy a property. I was 18 when I bought my first property. Here I am at 31. This is 13 years since I picked up and signed a contract on my first legal contract and document at the age of 18. For me to be able to share, the insights for that, and for you guys to be able to put yourself in a position to live life on your terms, that's what it's all about. So, just on success is defined, in multiple different ways, whether it be, Tiger Woods swinging his club and having to get up at 2 o'clock every morning to hit those balls to make sure he gets it in that hole and he's better than the next guy. I think it's important to have focus and commitment to what your goals are, because if you're not focused and you're not committed, who else is going to be doing that for you? No one's got more of a vested interest in your well-being than yourself. Have an awesome day, guys.